Evolutionary Journeys is proud to present Sharon Michelle, psychic, intuitive, medium, and channel. This video is the first of many channel sessions to come. In the critical times that we live in, Spirit wishes that all who can listen will benefit from the communication with what we call the other side. The following session took place in Galveston, Texas on February 13, 2015, when Sharon channeled her guides that we know as the Collective via her higher self, and where a spirit entity named Mary is preparing to become Sharon's main channel. Some amazing predictions came through about the following topics: the United States 2016 election and what will happen, hurricanes for the Gulf states in 2015 and 2016, the financial crash for the world, will there be a financial crisis in 2015 or a crash in the United States in 2015, the most dangerous places to be in 2015 and other dangerous areas to live, Fukushima and its immediate future, World War III, will it happen in 2015, and will mankind be allowed to exchange intercontinental ballistic missiles, and other amazing topics. Sharon has an incredible history of accuracy, and now it's been decided that this will be shared with everyone. So now, without further delay, here is Sharon Michelle and her assistant Jared in session.
I'm going to ask a few questions now about the channeling, and whether it's the higher self or whether it's Mary.
It can be either, but there must be an agreement on the soul level for this to take place. It must have been arranged in advance of the lifetime
And has this
for this to be possible.
And is this the case?
Yes, it has been agreed upon long ago.
And besides feeling unworthy, is there any other blocks that has stopped this from happening?
No, energy perhaps. She feels she must be in a certain mindset, which is partially true. She just has to have practice to be comfortable, and she has not had that opportunity.
So in what ways can she practice? Practical ways for her
Just
to
needs to
practice.
do such as this, for it does no good to do if there is no way to record
Right.
what is happening.
Okay. What are some of the ways that this channeling is supposed to be used? What is the purpose of this channeling for Sharon and through Mary and the higher self?
It is to educate and to guide and to express the dismay of spirit over what has happened to mankind and to what they have done to the earth. This must be stopped, but there is no easy way to stop. Measures are being taken, but not enough, and not quickly enough. It needs to be an imperative, not an option. People need to understand this is not an option. It is urgent.
And when you say
We can help from this side, but only if mankind calls on us and asks us to do so. For we cannot interfere unless they ask us. It must be a sufficient number of them who ask that we assist in cleansing the earth. It does not have to be dramatic. It can be, as in a twinkling of an eye, it can be done. Do not worry about Fukushima, for this can be cleansed in an instant with our help. But people must know, they must ask.
with all the prayers that people are praying to God for help,
Not prayers.
not prayers.
Affirmations, focus, intent, emotional desire must be placed fully on this intent and desire for the earth to be cleaned, Do not fear how it shall be done.
So prayers and asking for Spirit to do this is not considered.
Sometimes people do not do it properly.
Is it not the intent?
If prayer in the form of affirmation is done, this is the correct way, the powerful way.
Is Spirit able to see the future or just see trends of the future?
Sometimes both, sometimes neither.
So really the future is still undecided.
The future is not yet here. Sometimes we may see glimpses, but we cannot see the entirety of an event. This is why you receive such conflicting stories about the future, and the future is different for different people. So each individual, even if they are seeing the future exactly, can see only what is relevant to themselves and to their corner of the world. They cannot truly see the effect in its entirety or the result in its entirety.
So when you talk about Fukushima, there really is
nothing man-made that can be done other than through thought processes. Nothing physical can be done by man. It must be done through thought and belief.
How many individuals will it take to sit in affirmation?
There is no set number.
So more than one?
Many.
So there's many.
Many throughout the world must be educated that this is necessary. Those who chose to become a part of this will recognize that and will step forward and participate. Those who are not meant to be a part of this procedure will not do so, for they will not feel the need.
So a proper affirmation would be Fukushima's radiation is being diminished every day. What would be a proper affirmation?
All radiation throughout the world is being diminished on a daily basis, on a second-by-second basis, on a cell-by-cell basis, being cleansed throughout the world. All harmful radiation that exists, it is not just in Fukushima. This is only the most obvious, but there are many other places that also need to be cleansed. So do not focus on one without speaking of them all.
Okay, very good. Is Mary able to come through now?
Mary is here already.
Does Mary have something specific she wants to say now that this channeling is being started?
She is very sad.
And is she sad because of the
state of the world?
The state of affairs of the world.
The breakdown of the family. The breakdown of reverence for Mother Earth. The breakdown of harmony throughout the earth. She is very saddened by.
Yes.
She is very busy throughout the world trying to wake people up. And some see her, but they do not understand what needs to be done. They do not hear her, they only see her. They are not yet evolved enough to hear her. The vibration has to be very high for the individual to be able to hear those at the higher levels of creation.
Does Mary have something specific to tell Sharon? Allow Mary to
We want her to know that she is loved.
And what encouragement would you give her for her channeling efforts? What would help to facilitate?
Just to practice. As she practices, it gets easier. And then she can turn it on and off like a switch. She knows this is how it has been with everything else she has learned. She knows how to turn it on and off. But this is a new modality, which has to be acclimated into her body first.
Okay. So
it is done over repeated efforts over time, and then it will be easy, and she will be able to pursue what she is here for. She has much to do still. She knows this. She has just been confused about what it is to do and her lack of energy. But tell her as she works with us more and more, her her energy will continue to grow, and she will continue to become more useful in every way, energy and in appearance.
So for now, is the higher self going to act as a bridge between her?
Not necessary.
So
Two separate things.
Can we call Sherry or Mary directly? Can we call her directly?
Mary is with her all the time, too.
For a channel.
Mary is available as a channel whenever asked for.
So now if we were to ask for Mary,
we only help facilitate, just as you and she only help facilitate for your clients. You are as such our clients. The higher self helps to facilitate, bringing us through to you.
Who am I speaking to at this time?
We are the collective. Mary is part of us, but she has been gone for a while doing other things. When you call her in, she rejoins us, but she stands apart from us. She is with us, but apart from us. We only work to make it easier for her to come through. We facilitate. Just as when you do a reading, you are simply a facilitator for the energy that speaks through you. It is not you that speaks, that guides, that counsels. It is us who do so. And the client's higher self, in conjunction with us, speak through you. You are simply the vessel or the facilitator. As such, we act as a vessel, as the facilitator. For Mary to come through more strongly. In time, this will no longer be necessary, and it will come through directly from Mary. She is still getting used to the process of merging. We already can do this.
So when Sharon wants to practice to channel first person through Mary, what would be the proper way of doing this?
This is the way to do this.
So calling the collective first,
the higher self,
calling the higher self,
and ask for the assistance of the collective.
Ask for the assistance of the collective.
In time, Mary will be able to speak directly through the higher self.
So for now, you're translating for her as a facilitator.
Yes, we see her as near us, but not speaking through us. It will be different when she speaks directly.
And the purpose, the reason why Mary and Sharon had this agreement ahead of time.
To serve mankind. What else? There is much information to be relayed. Much has been done through other channels, but this is not all that must be relayed. Just as there is room for many readers, there is room for many channels.
Is it permissible at this time to ask a few questions? Certain things happening on this earth?
If you like.
Since we're serving other people, working to use these channels, help other people.
They will be drawn to you.
Other people are concerned with something such as the world economy, whether that economy
collapses. It always goes up and down. This is the normal cycle on Earth. This cycle is no different than others that have gone before. You need give it no more attention than what has gone before.
Well, before there's...
It will always right itself in the end.
Before there's been economic hardships and collapse.
There always has been.
So the question is,
it is a cycle.
The question is, in 2015, will there
you need not worry.
So there will not be a world economic collapse.
No.
And that would go for the USA, the United States, an economic collapse.
Nothing you need to concern yourself with.
How about other people in the United
No.
States? Hurricanes? Will there be hurricanes in 2015?
No.
So hurricanes will be...
Not in this area.
Not in the Galveston, Texas.
There will not be a bad hurricane in this area for some time.
And how about other parts of the Gulf states?
Always there are hurricanes.
Is there any specific large hurricane that will do much damage?
Florida.
Florida this year. Okay.
Next year.
So not 2015, but 2016.
Yes.
So 2015 doesn't look like a bad hurricane season.
No.
Also, Yellowstone,
There will be some in the Florida area,
but not major.
but not major. There are always some in Florida. Do not move to Florida. Not a good place to go in the future. Can visit, but think no thoughts of living there.
Is there a reason why Florida is not a good idea to live there?
Many reasons why.
Okay, could you be specific? Besides hurricanes and storms,
Not a safe place.
there's talk and lots of activity.
Breeding ground for bad things to come.
There's talk of volcanoes.
It is sinking.
Florida is sinking. So
It will become more pronounced.
areas like Louisiana,
Yes,
Mississippi, Louisiana,
those two. Not so much here.
and you refer to Galveston, Texas.
Yes.
So for a while,
This part of the Gulf is safer.
with all the volcanic activity going on around the world, there's concern over Yellowstone's supervolcano.
Not time.
So there's still time yet with that. And I appreciate your patience with this. There's many people who are worried about these events, or these things.
When and if Yellowstone goes off, it would be detrimental to the entire Earth and would create many additional problems, not to do with the volcano, but to do with what mankind has done, and the volcano will ignite.
Are there any major earthquakes in the United States that people should be warned about?
Not this year.
So 2015, no major earthquakes.
No, not this year. There will be some again in the future. There always is, especially on the Pacific, but not yet. Maybe 2017. But much has been done to offset future damages with building construction and requirements. So the negative effects of the earthquakes in that area have been lessened somewhat, but there will be land that will slide off into the Pacific at some point, but not yet. We are not there yet. There would have to be an extreme expansion of the negative forces in the world for this to happen. The light has grown enough. There has been much expansion in this area and is ongoing to offset the negative, to keep some of this from happening. There needs to be much more, which is why it is so important to educate and teach and reach many people. You are doing the right thing with the classes to record them, because they will reach other people and more people will grow.
So the more positive affirmations
Must be done by many thousands of people.
So affirmations affirming that the earth is quiet, that it is
Peaceful, clean,
that it is clean. Those are the
and that all are in harmony with the earth. There are many who are out of harmony. They have a purpose, for only through discord do people wake up. But do not think that those who are out of harmony will ever overrun the earth. If this were to happen, the earth would be no more.
And that leads us to a question over the tensions between Russia, China, the United States, and the West. There is
a purpose for this. And do not think that Russia is evil, for it is not.
Will this lead to...
It is serving its purpose is all.
Will this lead to a World War III scenario?
It will lead to a cleansing of that which needs to be released from this earth.
So when you say cleansing, can you be specific on what is needing to be cleansed?
There are people and institutions in power who do not deserve the power that they have, and they are using it for selfish purposes. They will be released. They will be exposed for the violence they create.
Will this lead to what is known as World War III?
Not in the manner of speaking of World War I and World War II. World War III, people do not understand, is something that is being fought more on a subconscious level with mankind, rather than on a conscious level. It is a war that is happening to force people to wake up and make changes so that they no longer tolerate the disharmony that exists. It's a consciousness shift.
Will it be allowed to go nuclear, using nuclear arms?
This will not happen. If this were to happen, there would be no Earth, period. And this is not what it's meant to be.
So it will not.
No. Everyone in charge knows this cannot happen. There cannot be a complete annihilation of the Earth.
Many of the nuclear weapons,
Even those who seek to create disharmony, do not want to die. And they know if they create a nuclear event, all will die. Not just those they perceive as unworthy or as the enemy. They will die too. They are not so stupid as to think that they will survive. They will not. Even in their underground bunkers, they cannot survive a total nuclear event. We would become as another asteroid belt if this were to happen. They know this deep within. They will not take that chance.
There's talk of
There will be wars, as there are always wars. They will not go nuclear.
There's talk of a large asteroid that will possibly hit the Earth this year. Is that something we feel is...
It will be averted.
Okay.
It will cause damage, but it will not be a direct hit. It will set off earthquakes. It will set off some tidal waves in certain areas, but not where they are saying it will.
In 2015, the Earth will be impacted by a large meteor.
More like 16.
Oh, 2016.
But it will not be where they are predicting it to be.
Now, when you say we, who are you talking about?
They. It will not be where they predict it will be.
Will Barack Obama...
We feel the Pacific is in more danger than the Atlantic in all regards. Tsunamis, earthquakes, asteroids.
Will there be some major event happening in 2015 Pacific that would be...
Japan.
Consequence of something like that?
People need to get out of Japan. Anywhere in the world is more safe than Japan.
Is that pretty much because of the radiation or just because...
Partially. There will be another event.
And just so people know, is any of the negative things happening in Japan due to any judgment from Spirit or from God that has caused these events to take place, these things that
Stupidity.
are seen? So it's more mankind's doing
Yes.
than
It is not a judgment on
a
them from
judgment
Spirit.
from God or Spirit.
This is why so many people from Japan, their population is part of it. But many of their people have emigrated to every country in the world, and they have taken their culture with them. In the future, this will be all that remains of their culture. So they are wise to maintain their culture.
Because Japan, the major island of Japan, will be...
It will be one of the first areas to be released and destroyed. This is a wake-up call to all of humanity, not just Japan. For Japan did not make those choices on their own. There are many involved, many countries involved. No one person is to blame. No one country is to blame. Just misguided choices.
So
It was just the most vulnerable.
So there'll be an increase in volcanic activity and earthquakes.
Yes.
And the Fukushima situation there.
Cannot withstand any disturbances.
Okay. Is there any other areas that would be recommended not to live because of that situation? Because of that poison, that toxic
There are others that will be endangered. sad to say, and it will get worse. You are aware of them already.
So specific.
But as far as new areas, not at this time.
So the west coast of the United States,
Northwestern United States.
Northwest United States, has a larger chance of having problems with that contamination.
Yes.
Now moving
The
on.
northernmost parts.
Northernmost part. So Alaska, but also
Yes. Washington.
Washington, Oregon, Alaska, British Columbia. That whole area.
Yes.
Moving on now to the United States, there's concern over possible suspension of elections with Barack Obama.
This would not happen.
Okay. Will Barack Obama finish his term in election?
He will be out.
So he is going to be removed before the elections?
No, but he will be out. He had the opportunity to do much good. He has done some good, but he has done much harm, which will be undone.
With this next election, the Spirit see...
The next election will be someone you do not expect.
Yeah.
Someone that comes out of left field.
And will there be positive changes with this person?
They will try. There are many forces against them, but they will try. This next president we shall have is spurred on by Spirit. They have much protection from Spirit.
Is this person known?
No, it is not anyone that has been presented thus far as a possibility.
But Spirit knows who this
Or
person
taken seriously as a possibility.
But Spirit knows who this person is.
Yes.
Is it a man?
Get female energy,
Female energy? So possibly a woman president,
but not the one from Alaska.
but not the one from Alaska. Okay. Someone unexpected.
People will not expect them to win. There's more than one candidate that Spirit is presenting. Either will be good. One is male, one is female. Doesn't matter which one.
We've entered the photon belt, is that correct?
We have.
Okay. And that is helping these energies that the Earth desperately needs.
That is helping greatly because we are able to get through more easily now. We are able to get closer now. We are not so removed from Earth any longer. The light from the photon belt facilitates our entry into the Earth plane, the plane of matter. So we are able to facilitate more changes, particularly if we are asked, for we still must be asked. But even when we are asked, sometimes it is difficult to do. So with the advent of the purple light from the photon belt, we are able to facilitate more easily, more quickly, just as you are able to facilitate more quickly and more easily. This is the beginning of a very great time on the Earth, a time of great expansion and invention, and a time of great charity and love upon the Earth. And that which is not transformed by this will be released.
Now when you say released, for a human that would mean that they would...
The life would end.
The life would end. Okay. Have we entered the Aquarius age? Are we now in Aquarius?
We have been in Aquarius for much time.
Are we entering what used to be called or known as the Golden Age? Are we entering a Golden Age?
Yes, this is true. And this will be greater than any that has gone before.
So there is much to be optimistic about now.
Yes, very much.
Could we say, or could you say, being in spirit and seeing the overall situation with humanity in the world, that the light has triumphed over the dark?
It is in the process of doing so.
And with this light now coming in from the photon belt,
The darkness cannot exist in this light for long. There will be turmoil, there will be tumultuous events initially over the next few years, because the dark is fighting back, but they are losing their power. The power is coming from the purple light, they cannot access the purple light. They cannot use or utilize the purple light in their darkness. Only by rising up into the light can they make use of this power, and they cannot use this power for negative means. So yes, they will destroy themselves.
Okay, so my question was, how can people utilize this purple light? How can they with their lives?
They can't help it. It is permeating and invading their entire world.
How can a person use that to their benefit, the purple light?
They will just know and feel it. They will become more loving.
Do you need to meditate to access this light?
No,
To make it
not
work,
anymore.
To make it work for a person. To make it work in
It is always helpful to meditate, to tune in. This is more for yourself.
Okay.
To tune into your inner light has nothing to do with the photon light. The photon light helps to expand your inner light. Meditation expands your inner light. So meditation simply expands what you have within you, which will be greater because of the photon belt.
Well, you talked about how the dark ones can't utilize the energy of the purple light.
No.
And my question was, how do those who are not of the darkness utilize the purple light and that energy? So it comes naturally.
It will come naturally because they are being permeated with the light.
Okay.
You will see it more and more. Some are accessing it more quickly. Some are accessing it more slowly because they have to have a certain energy vibration to access it at all. But it will get easier where they can access it instantaneously instead of having to put in the work of meditating for hours every day. It facilitates the ease in accessing their inner light to where they are instantaneously able to become one with their inner light.
So if we release to other people this information that we've talked about today, to sum it up, what do you have to say to humanity or to others listening to this?
Wake up.
Wake up.
You are not alone in this universe. What you do has consequences far beyond your tiny little planet. So you need to wake up. Take care of yourself, your own bodies, for you are a universe within each of you. And as you take care of your own body, you learn to honor your body. Then you learn to honor the earth you dwell upon.
So because we're spiritually connected,
you need to see that the earth is not a thing that you live on, a thing that is disposable. It is part of you. You cannot exist in this physical dimension without the earth. So if the earth becomes diseased, so do you. If you dirty up your house and your clothing, then you become dirty. This is what you have done to the earth. As you clean up your own selves, your own acts, the earth will, as an extended part of you, an extension of you, the earth will also be cleaned up.
And doing daily affirmations to that effect.
As they cleanse you, they can cleanse the earth. So the more of you cleanse yourselves daily, the more of the earth will be cleansed as well.
Now you're talking spiritually and physically?
Yes, they go together. You can't do one without the other.
Good.
Just as you can't organize your mind and not organize your home.
In closing, does Mary have anything she wishes to say to the earth?
You are loved and you are cherished. And we are here to assist you in every way possible to create once again that Garden of Eden that was given to you long ago.
This concludes the channel session with Sharon Michelle and her guides. This session has been brought to you by Evolutionary Journeys. Sharon conducts private sessions, tarot readings, past life regression hypnosis, and teaches classes in our Galveston Metaphysical and Hypnosis Center. For more information, log on to www.evolutionaryjourneys.com. From all of us here at Evolutionary Journeys, we bid you love, light, and clarity. Be well.